Boom, boom, boom. This is Jared and I'm back. Hey guys, man, March is starting out really well. So, man, March is a great month in the kidney disease community, of course. So, we are going to celebrate this month. And no better way to celebrate this month, all right, the month where we try to bring more awareness. And we should be talking about kidney disease awareness every single day and every month of the year. But nonetheless, this is our month, right? And what better way to do that than to bring to light, all right, a very special story about somebody who's searching for a living kidney donor. We got that tonight, so that's what we're doing. Man, I'm so excited to get this going. We've got a really good story. All right, Abigail is going to help share her story, her journey about searching for a living kidney donor. All right. So, man, I've got a very special co host. Hey, what up, Steve, Sean? We've got Alexis, Lisa Baxter. Man, we've got a lot of great people chiming in right now. Thanks for your comments. Everybody, man, I need your help. All right. So don't be stingy. All right. Don't be stingy. Share this. All right. Share it like it's your last loaf of bread or something. All right. Share it and let's get this party started. Let's rock this tonight because we've got to make sure that we get this story out there. In order to do that, I need your help. All right. I'm going to try to look in between these words right here or somewhere and let you know I need your help. All right. So please don't be stingy. Click on that share button. All right. Make sure that we smash it. All right. Okay. I won't pay for any damages on your device, but please smash it and let's share it to Twitter, share it to Facebook, share it to Facebook groups, share it to YouTube, share it to Twitter. All right, I think I already said that. Tweet it. All right, share it to Instagram. Let's get this going. All right. All right, so let's share this. I'm going to bring on my co-host. All right, as I said, I've got a very special co-host. I interviewed him previously. 2 weeks later, he got a kidney transplant. So I'm hoping that in combination with me having that sort of luck for people, all right, and having him on tonight as a co-host, we can rub some of that good luck onto Abigail tonight. But I've got D'Angelo Crawford in the house. All right, I'm bringing him on now. All right, all the way from the Portland, Oregon area. All right, so I'm going to bring him on, and so that we can get this party started. All right. And thanks for watching, Kyle Hawkridge from Canada. Kent Bressler, thanks for watching. Please share, my brother. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you watching tonight, Kent. So bring it on now, D'Angelo Crawford. Please give him a very warm co-host welcome. Come. Hey, how's it going, D'Angelo?
Going all right. How you doing, Jared?
Hey, I'm doing well, my brother. Man, thanks for coming on and co-hosting with me tonight.
Oh, not a
We,
problem. Always a pleasure.
oh my, thanks, man. And I've got Abigail that we're gonna bring her on, and we're gonna have her as our special guest tonight. And I've got some questions I want to ask, and I'm very interested to hear her story. But anyway, I'm hoping that that you're going to be a combination with me, and the combination of the two of us together, we can bring her some good luck tonight. And
Definitely.
maybe have some hope that we can scoop up and give to her. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely think we can get some love out there and get some information out there and get her information out there. And we got the kidney warriors helping us out too, so we're good.
Amen to that. Amen to that. We've got a great amount of people chiming in. We've got All right, and Steve, hopefully I say his name right, but Cam Gang Roger. I'm forgetting whether he's from Cameroon. I may be a little off. I apologize if I'm off, but thanks for watching tonight. So, man, I'm going to bring her on, and we're going to get her story out there. I'm excited to do this. Again, some of the people that I've either reached out or they've reached out to me lately, they've come from the Facebook group I Hate Dialysis, and yeah, I know. It's kind of it's a kind of a it's kind of a funny name, but it's a good Facebook group because you've got a lot of people that actually that they speak their mind, and they ask good questions, and so it's a really good Facebook group, and I'm able to get in there and answer some questions the best I can, and then those that want to get interviewed, it's been good to kind of connect with people, and that's kind of where I found or how I got connected with her as well. So, anyway, no further ado, I'm going to bring her on. We've got Abigail Delgado. I'm going to bring her on and get her story out there. So everybody, please drop a comment. All right. What I'd like to see is hashtag welcome Abigail. All right. So please type in the comment section hashtag welcome Abigail, and let's give her a very warm Warriors Quest show welcome. All right. Here we go. I'm bringing her on now, everybody. This is gonna be fun. All right, put your seatbelts in. It's gonna get a little rocky. Here we go. Abigail, how are you?
What an intro.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm excited to bring you on. You've got an interesting story, and one that I'd like everybody to help us share. And so I'm going to play musical chairs here just a little bit, and I'm going to put you in the middle here. Okay, so bear with me.
Okay.
All right, so just gonna play a little remove and add again. There we go. So there we go. So I've got you in the middle now. You're the focus, but we're gonna help get your story out there. I'm excited to do this. So please hashtag welcome Abigail, everyone. Put in there hashtag welcome Abigail. All right, there we go. Kyle's doing it. All right, there we go. We're gonna get some comments here. Steve Belcher's chiming in from Washington, D.C. Lisa's saying hashtag welcome Abigail. So Alexis is saying welcome. Sean, of course, Steve is, and then we've got Lisa chiming in. So, man, we've got a great amount of people supporting you tonight. I'm excited for that because the better the support, the more encouragement, the more hope we can give you. And hope is powerful. I'm excited for that. So, are you excited, Abigail?
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Woohoo!
Very nice. Very nice. So, D'Angelo, I'm gonna put her solo so that she can kind of introduce herself, and then we can kind of just just kind of have a chit chat, just a normal conversation, and kind of see where that leads us. But if you would, Abigail, so you told me a little bit offline that you were born in the UK. Give us an idea where in the UK. I think, and tell us
Oxford,
a little bit
England.
about Oxford. So Oxford, England, and tell us a little bit about how your family, came here to the United States, and how your journey came to the kidney disease community. Give us a little idea about that, but give us just kind of your origin story. That's what I tell people, is that you give us a little bit of background, because I love that you've come from the UK. I love diversity. I really do. I love diversity. I think that we should all be part of a big melting pot, if you know what I mean, right? That's
Right.
we need more we need more diversity. So tell us about your background. Tell us, like maybe some things that have happened in your life, exciting, some
Oh boy.
milestones. Let's kind of go from there. All right.
I don't know how long you have for this kind of show.
we as long as you want.
Well, so my Wolverine origins, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, I was born in England. My father was in the Air Force. He was stationed in England. That was his first place to be stationed, and he met my mother there. And so they married, and my father was there for a few years, and then obviously he had to come back to America. So it was
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of back and forth, but I had a lump sum, like I said, 9 years, almost 9 years in
Mm-hmm.
England, and then we moved to America, and I have 3 brothers and a sister still in England, and
Oh, really? Okay.
a ton of nieces and nephews.
Right. Okay.
And then I have one sister in Colorado, and her husband was in the Air Force. That's how come she ended up there.
Oh, all right.
And
Fort Collins?
yeah, I think, I don't know. No,
Yeah, Fort Collins.
yeah, I'll say yeah, because I have no idea.
All right, all right. That's okay. Yeah.
So when we first came, we were in New Jersey, then by way of California. I've kind of been all over,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing really, major to speak of. Went to high school, did my usual thing, you know. I don't know. I don't know what you want to know.
Well, tell us a little bit about, how it was to be born in England, okay, the UK, and then to come to the United States. How was that transition for you? That's kind of one question I have. Is it, it couldn't have been really easy where that was your home. Maybe in some ways still is,
And
because
then,
you've got cousins. You know what I mean?
and if I could chime in,
Yeah.
if you could also like go into like a little bit about how your illness came about, like what age and stuff like that, and just tie that in, that would be
Okay.
great too.
Well, I say that's a big stretch between England and the disease, but coming from England, when I was in England, America was like the big place to be. It was, the streets were paved with gold kind of thing. And I was obsessed with television shows and movies. So I thought as soon as I came to America, I was going to meet all these, famous people. And I was destined to meet Mr. T because that was my guy back in the day.
Nice,
And,
nice.
so when we came to America, I was told we were moving here, but it didn't quite make sense to me because I was just thinking we were coming to America and I'm going to go back home. And going back home never happened. And it was kind of a stretch, and it was sad because, like I said, I had 3 brothers and a sister still in England, and I didn't know if I would see them again or how I would see them again. I was 9 years old. I didn't, I couldn't understand,
Right.
Visiting and coming and going, all that kind of stuff. So, and school was a big change because the school is I don't want to say backwards, but for instance, you graduate at 16 over there, and it's 18 over
Okay.
here. So school is
Uh-huh.
a bit advanced, a little bit more advanced, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big change, and then of course I had to go through all the bullying because I had a very strong English accent at the time. You couldn't tell now, but back then, and I was made fun of, and it was just awkward. It was just really awkward, especially going to school, and then middle school was real hard, and high school I think is hard for everybody.
I'm just
Right.
going to
So
ask you a
it was
random question. Oh, go ahead.
sure. No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you a random question. When did you lose your accent? Did you have one?
I had one. I couldn't really tell you when I lost it because I was made fun of it in all the way through middle school, but I can't say
It's hard to say,
Probably
huh?
before, yeah, it was probably
Yeah.
before junior high because that was never brought up from what
Yeah,
I
because
can
you sound
remember.
you don't I don't hear an accent at all, so I'm just like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I lived in New York, I lived in California, and now I'm in like kind of country Florida, so I am all mixed up. You don't know what you're
Yeah.
gonna get. There's no
Right.
Right.
telling.
Yeah. That's good though. I said offline a moment ago, I really believe that, that's what really should shape us. And that is really what makes America, or should make America, is that we need more diversity. Because quite honestly, that's how America started. All
Yeah,
right. You know what I
exactly.
mean? Is that
Exactly.
we need that, because that's what we are. That's how we started. So I love that, so you could probably say you're fixing to do something like they do in the South, and what that means, and you could probably rock with that, and I could say, in Utah, there's one thing that is said, that's like when you ditch school, there's a slang term for ditching school. It's called sloughing. I sloughed school today if I skipped school and I didn't go. But if I were to say I sloughed school today, probably both of you would look at me like, "What are you talking about? You sloughed school?" You know what I mean? So it's very. I always find language interesting. You can go from one part, the southern part of the United States, and they say I'm fixing to do something, whereas I just say I'm preparing, or I may go do that. You know what I mean? It's just, I find it interesting. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, regional like terms and slang and stuff
Yeah,
is crazy. Like everywhere you go, like you'll hear something new, and then it ends up being in your
Yeah,
vocabulary, and you'll bring it back home.
right.
right.
So
And
Alexis
then,
had a
yeah,
question, Abigail.
oh, yeah.
Um, so she's asking how long you've been on dialysis. So tell us a little bit about, as you got older, and how long, when you found out that you had your kidneys failing. And let's talk a little bit about what forced you to, maybe in your doctor's opinion, what forced you to go to kidney failure.
Um, well, I'll start with the kidney situation. Like I told you, it was acute. It was just, it just, it just happened. It pretty much overnight. But it was, I've been told, and I believe so, it was due to my diabetes. I
Okay.
I'll be the first to admit I did not take care of myself when it came to my diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is what it led me to. And
Yeah.
I I went to I wasn't feeling well, and I woke up one morning and I looked like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Mm.
And I went to the hospital, of course, and my doctor, not he wasn't my doctor, the emergency room doctor said it was probably an allergic reaction to the new insulin that I had started. So I had had blood work done a week prior to that. So I asked him to check my creatinine, and he asked me how I knew what that was. Well, I was a CNA for 15 years, so I knew a little bit.
Okay.
And
Right.
he went and checked the paperwork, and he was like, "Well, we're going to admit you." And I was like, "Well, what's wrong?" He said, "Well, we just want to run some more tests." And unfortunately, I was sitting right next to the nurse's station, and they said, "Well, patient in 12 has to be admitted because she's in acute renal failure." I'm like, "Son of a gun,"
Oh
So
wow.
it went from there. And but to answer the question, I've been on dialysis for 5 years now.
Okay. And how long have you had diabetes? Was it type 1 or a type 2?
Um, it started in my teens, but it was undiagnosed for about 2 years. So
Okay.
it's been a good um almost 20 years.
Okay.
So are you also on the deceased transplant list too? Deceased donor list as well?
I'm not on any list right now.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
about to go into the process with a new hospital,
okay.
and because I was reaching. Oh, long story, long story. I'm on PD, peritoneal
Yeah,
dialysis,
I've been on that. I know that
and
is.
okay, so I'm sure it affects everybody differently, but for me,
Mhm.
it my weight fluctuates a lot,
Yeah.
and a lot of hospitals are real strict with their weight restriction,
Mhm.
and unfortunately, in one case, I was 4 pounds off. In
Okay.
another case, I was perfectly within their range right up until the testing had to start, and then I just started ballooning up.
Was
And
that due to the
the
fluid?
yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
unfortunately, the hospital that I was dealing with, they're like, any weight is weight. We don't care if it's water weight or if it's fat weight. If you're overweight, that's it. Even though they said I met every other criteria, my weight wasn't where it was. And that's happened to me twice. And I'm about to go on to my third round to try and get on the list with a different hospital.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as you get on there, I mean, usually the wait is about 5 to 7 years, so you'll be at the top of the list when you get on there. That's a
Yeah, that's
positive.
what they said. Yeah, my
Yeah.
everybody in my clinic is like, you're gonna go. You're gonna go quick. As soon as you're on the
That's-
list, you'll
Yeah.
be ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm ready.
Just
I've been ready.
yeah, just from my experience, I was on dialysis for like almost 5 years, and as soon as I went on the list, a week later I got a transplant. So it can
Wow.
happen really fast,
Wow.
especially when you're like got that time in like that. It can happen
Right.
really quick. So good luck to you on
That's
that.
crazy.
I hope you get that in.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So D'Angelo, you were on peritoneal dialysis too, PD, right?
Yeah, I did PD. I hated it.
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
Yeah, I remember you talking about it, and I mean, there's flexibility. I'm sure that you liked where you had some sort of control. I mean, what are the things that you did like?
I mean, I like that I did it at home. That was cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
But everything else I didn't like. Like I didn't like the machine being in the house because it kind of like made my daughter a little uneasy. I didn't like having it in there because it made me feel like an old man. I didn't like it
I can
because
relate.
it made me feel like you're 9 months pregnant all the time at night when you're doing peritoneal dialysis, and it's like it feels uncomfortable or you can't go to sleep. It's
Right
terrible. I don't
now.
like it.
Right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like I don't like it. I'd rather just do in clinic and get it over with 4 hours and gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it did help while it was working, but then when it stopped working, it like I kind of went downhill kind of quick. So I had to get over to the clinic.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you were still going back and forth a little bit, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I hate it. I still I don't never want to do it again.
So if some people that love it, some people don't. In your case, it didn't work out. If I re- Yeah, so if I trying to remember, I think Audrey. Thanks for watching, by the way. The lovely Bella Langston is watching. Bella, I think you did PD. So comment below if you did. I think you did. So let me know if I'm wrong, but I think she did PD as well. So tell me, when you're on PD, I mean, some people like that control, and some people don't mind, watching their numbers, on the machine. Granted, there's a lot of boxes from Baxter, you probably have to set aside a room or some sort of storage
Oh,
space for it, right?
the boxes are ridiculous. Like I got overwhelmed when my whole garage was filled with boxes, and then my whole spare room was filled with boxes, and then they don't take them away. So they'll bring you the boxes, but when you ask them to go recycle them for you or something like that,
Yeah,
they
I've
won't
heard
do it.
that.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I've
won't
heard
do
that.
it.
Yeah.
And it's like, so then you're stuck because you don't have any energy to try to go get rid of all these boxes. So they just keep piling up, and it's like pretty soon they take over the whole house,
So
unless you have somebody to
Abigail,
break it down for you.
unless you have somebody who can do it for you. So
Right.
I
Abigail,
have an
what's this?
18-year-old son that does it for me. So.
All right,
Oh,
there
you're
we
lucky.
go.
You're
Yeah,
lucky.
there we go. There we go. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah. So Alexis Louise Garcia saying she was on dialysis for 3.5 years before she got her kidney transplant, October 16th, 2020. So, well, praise God. Thank you, Alexis. And I'm happy that you've gotten a kidney transplant as well. But some people wait 3 years, some people wait 2, some people only wait a year. It really varies, but statistically, the people that do try to become more active in looking for a living donor, generally, their spirits are up, they have more hope, and the good things happen. So I'm hoping that we can get this going and give you a lot of hope, Abigail, and keep a smile on your face, because there's so many people here, like D'Angelo, who did PD, so he can relate.
Right.
Audrey's saying that she loved PD. Bella here, Audrey Bella, the lovely Bella Langston. She, 15 years, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bella. She's a kidney transplant for now going on 15 years. Her godson donated his kidney to her, and she loved PD. So she's saying her experience was good, but it can be different for everybody, you know. So we've got Uncle Jim Myers watching. Thanks for watching, Jim Myers. Thank you for sharing as well. That means a lot to us and everybody to do that, so we can get her story out there. But so Abigail, besides making sure your 18-year-old son is helping you, store these boxes. It is, and besides in the beginning, because you talked about how maybe, there's some weight gain and whatever, is it something that for the most part is good for you, or have you struggled maybe with any of the peritonitis, or what else can you say about your experience with peritoneal?
For me, it's been great, and I didn't even know it was available until the doctors at the hospital asked me which type of dialysis I wanted to go on, because they were giving me the option because it was getting to that point. And when I found out about it, I was like, I want to try that, because at the time, my daughter was just almost 3 years old. And so that meant, that I didn't have to worry about having to go in clinic, so on and so forth. So it's been great for me. I mean, the boxes are cumbersome, but I've been fine. The only time I had issue was if you have pets, you really need to be careful, because I got peritonitis from my cat.
Oh wow!
And
okay.
yeah. I didn't even tell the doctor. He looked at the screen and he was like, "How many cats do you have?" And I was like,
For real? You knew?
And
you knew that right away, huh?
Oh, he knew from the type of infection that it was.
Yeah.
And it's nothing nice to go through. It's horrid. It is so painful, and it took a while to go. And
I've heard that from other kidney warriors.
I still have the cat, but they're nowhere near my machine, because I don't want to go through that again. But you do have to be careful. I've been told 100 times to get rid of my cat, but I love them so much. It's hard for me to be like, go.
It's family. Yeah, they're family.
Just gotta keep bleaching everything. Just keep bleaching it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But PD has been great for me. I've had no issue with them. I've had no issue with can I say the name of the people? Fresenius?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been great. Yeah. I didn't know. And my clinic is great. My doctor is great. He's hilarious, and he always works with me. It's never, he never tells me what is going to happen. He asks me if I'm okay with it, if this is going to happen. If not, maybe we can go a different route with this, that, and the other. It's been great. I mean, I like the Facebook group says, I hate dialysis, but for the most part, it's been a good experience. I know it could be a whole heck of a lot worse.
Well, and it's going to vary from person to person. I've interviewed many people, and many of them, because of the peritonitis, they've been forced to go back to in center because it just got too bad, and it was and then I've had people who love being in center because they love the experience with their people they meet, and they love the interaction with their technicians, and and all of the support that they get from their center that they go to. So it's good to learn more, and to gather what's good and what's worked and what's not worked for some people. Steve mentioned here, and it kind of was a little surprising for me too, but it's not very common to be asked what option you want to go with. Like, hey, do you want to rock with PD, or do you want to rock with in center hemodialysis?
I was offered that too.
Really? Yeah, that normally
they offered. Yeah, because I told them I was scared of needles, and they were like, "Well, you're in pretty good shape, and it's just a high blood pressure, so you can do peritoneal." And I was like, "It doesn't involve needles," and they were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let's do that."
Yeah, that's not too common of a question. The amount of people I've interviewed, that's, I'm again, that's good, because if that means that you two, both of you have been asked that question, then maybe that kidney awareness is, it's changing. Maybe they're giving patients more options. I'm hoping that's the
Right.
case.
Yeah, they did it for me too because I was working at the time, and I was like, I don't want to stop working in the middle of the day to go to dialysis. So they were like, "You can do PD," and I was like, "Okay, let's do it." But yeah.
All right. Man, that's good. I mean, I posted this and I want to go back to it just briefly, but Bella was working too, and that's what I think. That's why she said that that's worked for her, because she was on it for 6 months. She said, I did PD on the night cycler for 10 hours while I slept, woke up, disconnected, showered, put my uniform on, and locked up bad guys.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Bella.
Yeah, I did it, but I was doing it for like 2 years, and after that around that 2 year mark, it was like, okay, this is too much to try to handle.
Yeah. So what about you, Abigail? Are you still working right now, or what's going
No,
on?
I actually wasn't working at the time. Like I said, I had a 2-year-old at the time. And I was actually on disability from a work injury when this came about. And I haven't worked since. Like I said, I was a CNA, and the doctor has put a weight limit on what I can carry, and I couldn't get a job anywhere not being able to carry the minimum of what they wanted me to be able to carry. So unfortunately, I haven't been back to work.
That sounds super frustrating.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to do. I can't wait to go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Not saying that taking care of children isn't work, because believe me.
No. That's a full-time
outside
job.
the house work.
Yeah, I understand what you say. You want to contribute to society and to yourself
Yeah.
again. I totally get it.
Exactly.
I was in the same
I want to
boat.
have adult conversations, not with my cat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Get out and about and be around people and stuff when you can. Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Steve Belcher's a great resource, and he's saying that's why he wrote his book. And so, now that he's put that comment there, I'm just going to put that up really quickly, just as a review for other people that don't know. So Steve Belcher is great resource, and I'm covering him, D'Angelo, my bad. So he's a great resource. There we go. He's a great resource. If you haven't found his book yet, you need to find it. Go to Amazon.com and just click, in the little search field, how to survive outpatient hemodialysis. Steve is a great resource, registered nurse, and he's been in this industry for over 32 years. So please check out his book. There we go. Let's move around. Yeah. And check out his book. He's got it in very good terms. I mean, it's written it's not all in that technical, like, medical jargon that sometimes is hard to read. It's very simple to read. So check out his book if you haven't already. And then Abigail, how long have you been doing dialysis in general? How long or how many years? How long you've been doing it now?
I fought the disease, tried to fight the disease for about a year, and then that's when they gave me the option. And it's I've been on it for 5 years.
Okay. All right.
On PD for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yeah, I think I read that on your Facebook profile. I think that you had made a post, and you had put in the comments, on your post that you've now done, dialysis for 5 years. So I think I remember reading that. So, with 5 years, it's exactly why I love the title of this show, the Warrior's Quest show, because hats off to you. Seriously, I want to applaud you, because you are indeed a warrior if you've been doing dialysis for 5 years, regardless whether it's done at home and you've got flexibility and control. That's still a long time to do dialysis, and so
dialysis is dialysis, no matter how
it
you
is right. Yes, mad respect. Seriously, that's something else. So. Because yes, you're doing dialysis while you sleep, but you still have kidney failure. And thank you I want to say thank you to Patricia here for sharing. She put in a comment a moment ago and said she shared. I want to say thank you. She's putting right here, they usually tell you, or they gave me the option with both. I chose PD. So it's interesting. I'm getting, even Shell Allen said that they offered her or gave her the choice. So I'm hearing a little bit more in regards to people getting that choice now. So that's good. So Bella, man, seriously, mad respect, and I've got much love and respect for Bella. So thank you. But Abigail, so you do dialysis and it's PD, but what people, again, what I want to do, and D'Angelo, hopefully you can help me, is that I want to be able to I want you to kind of relate how you feel day to day, because the people that are watching today, or a month from now, or a week from now when it's replayed, I want to be able to get somebody to connect on a smaller scale, okay, get a glimpse of understanding that can be a potential living donor for you. So, when people aren't connected to kidney disease, they may not understand that on a day-to-day basis, you may have, because of blood pressure, headaches. You may have insomnia. You may have all these things that you have to battle every day because of kidney failure. On top of that, you were talking about how you struggle with weight gain. So tell us a little bit in your own words what your struggles are on a daily basis, that whether it's from diabetes or not, but that just go along with your daily struggle. Will you do that for us so that we can? I know it can be a long list. That's what I mean, though. You're a warrior. You fight every day. You might as well have boxing gloves on.
I do. For the most part, I do. Well, for me, one of the struggles, like you said, is weight gain, and because the PD solution is dextro, which is sugar water, which for a diabetic is a no-no. So
Right.
it's getting pumped into my bloodstream as though I'm sitting here eating cakes and cookies, and I'm not, but I'm getting all that sugar, and I'm getting 500 calories from that solution alone. So I have to factor that into the calories that I'm taking in. So of course, right now I'm counting every calorie because I'm trying not to gain weight, because I'm about to go to a new hospital to try and get on the list. It can be frustrating from that standpoint because it does affect my diabetes quite a bit. I am good with my diabetes. My A1C is great. I'm in control, but it does mess with my levels at night, because all that sugar water's going in. And then to add on top of that, for me personally, it does interfere with sleep. I don't get a lot of sleep. I try not to take anything for it because, I'm already taking so many pills for everything else anyway.
Have you tried melatonin at all? Like natural?
Yes, that's the first thing that was suggested that actually worked, and that's been recent. Okay. So I am starting to get sleep, but I'm also fighting. I get terrible leg pain. It's beyond restless leg syndrome. It's like wrestler's leg syndrome. I don't know what it is. It's horrid. And sometimes I wake up crying because it hurts so bad, and the melatonin does not touch that. Right. So that's something they're trying to figure out now, how to help me deal with that.
Yeah, and it's like that crampy feeling, right? Like late at night, it's like a super cramp.
It's like a super cramp, but it's also like somebody is pulling the puppet strings. Like my arms just go when they want to. My legs flick out when they want to. It's hard. Yeah. It's hard.
I get it. I used to I was so uncomfortable at one point. I used to sleep on the floor because I couldn't even sleep on the bed because it would like make me nauseous for some reason. So then like I would lay on the floor, and then like in the middle of the night I would like kick the door, or I would kick the wall and like damn near break my foot. Wake up the next morning, couldn't even walk. Like, what happened? I must have kicked the wall again. So I been there.
All right, man. So you know exactly what that pain what that pain feels like, huh?
Oh yeah, it's not nice.
Mm-mm, not at all.
So guys, D'Angelo, Abigail, I've interviewed other kidney warriors, and they've told me that the cramps sometimes come in different parts of the body that they've previously never had cramps before, like in the fingers or a cramp maybe like on the forehead. I mean, just odd places that they've never had cramps before.
I get one like in my collarbone area, the side right here. Oh my god, that broke me down to where I didn't think I was gonna make it that night.
Like in your rib, like in your rib area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like right here on the side, just right here. I was like, it was like I couldn't even breathe. I was like, I'm not gonna make it tonight.
Yep.
Call the priest.
Been there, done that. Yep.
Steve has a good question. So, having diabetes, do you struggle with neuropathy at all? Your nerves, how are they reacting?
I think that has something to do with it. Like I said, right now because I've been able to explain it a bit better to them, they're trying to check and see, all my levels to see. I don't have like any of the neuropathy in my feet that would be associated with diabetes. It's not like that.
Okay.
But definitely the muscles. I if the machine pulls like a little extra one night, then I feel that like my body will start to twitch. And, like I said, it's like the puppet strings. It'll, twitch this way or that way, and the muscles will react, and you never know what muscles are going to pull here, there, or wherever. And I also get, my fingers will lock up, like I could be doing something and my hands will literally like cramp up into like a claw.
Yep.
Been there. You've had that? Really?
Yep. It'll lock up, like my fingers will lock up like this. Yeah.
And you can't control it. It's horrible because you don't have control over what your body's doing, and it hurts.
Man, that's what I've heard. The fingers and everything, they lock up.
And my toes do the same thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I want to talk about, because to hear what you're going through, again, they're not. I have a glimpse, okay, and I have empathy, but I don't have sympathy because I've not been through it myself. D'Angelo can say that, and others that are chiming in, but I have a little bit of an understanding because I've interviewed many people, and then my sister-in-law has gone through it. So, but other people that don't know what you're talking about, this is good information, because it's not just cramps, because sometimes when people hear, oh, you just got a Charlie horse, or you just need, it's not just cramps. So, this is extremely painful cramps. And that's what I like to kind of paint a picture about, is it's not just your run-of-the-mill cramps. This is very painful.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you're dehydrated because you're on a fluid restriction, so it's even worse.
Right, yeah. Right. So it's not like you can, go grab a big jug of water, and hydrate yourself. It's
Fortunately, I've never had to be on a fluid restriction.
Oh, you're lucky.
Maybe it's because I don't drink a lot to start with, and I don't have that incessive thirst. But I know I'm one of the lucky ones when it comes to that, because I hear a lot of people on the group saying, "Oh, I just I want to drink a gallon of water." And that's got to be a horrible feeling. That's fortunately something I don't have to deal with. But that's got to be a horrible feeling. You're thirsty and you can't drink, you can't quench that thirst. It's horrible.
So with the neuropathy, if it because it sounds like that's what it might be. Are you having any problems like when you're taking a hot bath? Can you feel the hot water? Can you feel the heat in that hot water, or is it difficult with the nerves?
You're just being mean and hurt my feelings right now, because I don't know, because of the tubing, you can't submerge in water.
Oh, okay. So
you can't take a bath, can't get in the pool, can't do any of that.
Yeah.
I have a question about that, because they say you can't go in the bathtub or a jacuzzi or like a hot tub or stuff, but you can go in the ocean. So I'm like, so can we Yeah, they said you can swim like in the ocean and stuff, and that'll be fine because the salt helps with whatever with your tube and stuff. At least that's what my
Yeah,
doctor told me. So I was like, well, can't we do like sea salt in the
that's a
water
good
and maybe
question.
take a bath or something like that? I just
Yeah,
thought of it just now.
right.
Right. I was told I can't submerge in any water. And for me,
Interesting.
I was raised in England where we didn't have showers. We always took baths.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what I was used to.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote a question in the group the other day, what's the one thing you want to do when you get a transplant? And mine was, maybe silly and simple, but mine, I want to take a bath. I can't wait to take a bath and just sit there,
Right.
No,
because
that's
I
good.
can't.
Yeah.
You know.
It's that control thing. Sometimes, when things that we can't do anymore, we wish we can, and so
Mhm.
that's not a bad wish. I like that. So Steve was asking you a moment ago about the dextrose. Um,
Mhm.
he says, how about the dextrose you use? So
So
what do
what
you think
strength?
he means by that? Yeah. So maybe I want to ask him. I thought maybe one of you would know what he might
Probably the
he mean
strength.
by that.
Are you using the
Strength or
yellow? Are you using the yellow, green, or red?
No, I have to use the green.
the
Okay.
green? Okay.
Yeah, and I've maybe he means the icodextrin because that's another solution that doesn't use the sugar water. It pulls, um, I believe it pulls the water, but it doesn't pull the toxins, or vice versa. I can't remember, so don't quote me.
Okay. All
But
right.
I've tried icodextrin also, but it has to stay in your body during the day, and
Uh
that,
huh.
I mean, it's sometimes it's hard at night being asleep with all that water in your body, but to be awake during the day is just so. For me, it was a horrible feeling, and I was so uncomfortable, and I couldn't eat because I already felt like I was full.
Hmm.
Um, I couldn't, I couldn't do the things I needed to do with my daughter, without feeling uncomfortable and sometimes being in pain. So that was a no go for me. So I had to get off of that pretty quick. So that the icodextrin didn't work for me.
Okay. Interesting.
So you're just using the
Uh,
straight dextrose. Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I love about doing this. Is that we can, I've been interviewing people for 2 years now on the Warriors Quest show. So this is I love hear the different stories because every time I hear it, there's a different take on a different perspective, and I hadn't heard what you just said from a different warrior before, and so that's very interesting to me. So we've got the other byproduct of doing the show is not only can we give you hope, Abigail, but we give others hope because they're listening to your story and your story because what you're saying can be very inspiring to somebody watching and praise God we've got somebody who's felt that inspiration right now. So Margaretta Thames is saying, wow, thank you all for sharing. I'm not a patient but my sister is, and we are at the beginning and we're very nervous of the not knowing, but listening to you guys is helping me to understand what she's going through. I'm hoping to try to get her to tune in with us one day. So she's so upset and scared. She's not on dialysis yet, but we're praying we don't have to get that far. So thanks and blessings. Guys, how does that make you feel that someone's been lifted up and encouraged by what we're doing right now?
That's amazing. And I'm humbled. I'm glad that anything that I said could help anybody.
And Margaretta, man, thank goodness that your sister's not on dialysis yet, because I mean
Hmm.
that's huge. So just make sure she just keeps drinking the water to keep making
Mm-hmm.
urine, and that she eats well, and that she's not eating a lot
Take
of fatty
binders.
foods and stuff like that. If
Yeah.
she needs to take her binders, because at
Right.
first I didn't
She
have to
does
take
need
them, so
to.
she has to take her
Yeah.
binders. Make sure she takes those binders, because that's going to be key to getting transplant if you're looking for transplant. If you get down that far, because you might be able to reverse it. Who knows? But I mean, just she's good. She's good right now. Nothing's gonna happen to her. She's fine. She just has to just go through the path like all of us. Just hopefully it's not as rough as some of us have had it. But she'll be okay. I promise that.
Right.
Amen to that, brother. Thank you. So praise God, and I hope that things go as smoothly as possible for your sister.
Yeah.
Um, man, I love when I get a comment like that. That is so cool. So, Abigail, the great part about doing the show is that not only again do we inspire somebody, but um, inspiration, I believe, works so well because when we get inspired, okay, we act on it. A lot of us do. Sometimes we don't, but like when I watched, like recently, okay, if y'all don't have Disney Plus, all right, they've been putting out some great content, right? And so the two shows that have really just they've gone viral, all right, the Mandalore, what is that called? The
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, yeah.
All right, and then just recently the WandaVision, right? And
Yes.
so when you get excited about one of those shows, okay, and it lifts you up and you'll really like it, all right, you share it with somebody and you start talking about it. That's what
Man,
causes something to go viral.
I
And
got
so
my
that's
vision.
what
I got my
you
vision
do.
socks on now.
All right, that's dope. That's dope. Oh, that's so dope, man. Yeah. Y'all, you already know I'm a comic book nerd. I mean, I'm talking
Me
about,
too. And you already know, yeah.
right,
Look
yeah.
at my
So,
shirt, man.
right, we got Barry
Oh
Allen in the
boy.
house. Yeah. But when you get inspired by something, okay, that's when you start talking about it. That's when you start sharing it, and then it creates what used to be called back in the day, the water cooler talk. Now it's not really a water cooler because there's not like a big bottle of water on top. Now it's like these little hoses connected, when you go into a business. But same sort of thing, Monday morning, we're going to talk about something that happened over the weekend. And that's what I want. All right. And that's what I'd like everybody to do is let's share this and let's make sure that we get this talked about. All right. Start a Facebook watch party or, share it with your coworkers, and let's make sure that we help Abigail and give her as much encouragement and hope. Because man, that's why I love the show is giving excitement, making sure we have enthusiasm, and Bella saying she was a serious ice chip junkie, so maybe she had.
It was frozen grapes for me.
Yeah, frozen grapes. Okay. So Abigail, how has your diet changed? The way you eat and whatever you may prepare.
Well, before it happened, I had just gone vegan, and that isn't really conducive with any of the diets that they want you to be on. But I was very steadfast in the fact that I was no longer going to consume animal flesh, if you will. And
Okay.
they fought with me, but we found alternatives, and now I have fallen from grace because I do eat poultry now just to
Okay.
keep up my albumin.
Protein.
Because
Okay.
it just wasn't, I just couldn't keep it high enough, no matter what I did.
Mhm.
So and this last report that I got, my protein is up, yay, for the first time in years.
All right, good. Let's celebrate small victories. I love it.
But
That's good.
for the most part, it's still mainly fruits and vegetables, and they've realized that they can only fight so much with me when it comes to it. I will not eat pork or beef, for anything. But
Mhm.
like I said, with the rest of my diet, it's it's pretty easy. I I had a big argument, almost fight with my nutritionist because I wanted some tomatoes,
Oh
and
nope.
and, on the list it says that you could have like a couple of grape tomatoes, but I had regular tomatoes, and I got
Okay.
upset with her. And we can be straight up honest on this show, yeah?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I said to her, I got upset. I'm like, look, I'm dying anyway. If I want a tomato, I'm gonna have a tomato. That's not what's gonna kill me, because the truth of the matter is this is my stage is terminal, but treatable with dialysis. And that's when I looked at it that way in the beginning, I was so depressed and so upset all the time, but I had to change my way of thinking about it. But she got me so upset over these stupid tomatoes. And we had an argument in front of the nurse, and the nurse was like, I know you got this, you're okay. And it, I look at it now and I'm like, really, like seriously, we like, we were like butting heads about these tomatoes.
You
But
were
it's
about to go
something as
blows,
simple.
huh?
It's something as simple as, you do lose control of some things in your life, and damn it, I wanted a tomato.
Right.
Right.
It's like, yeah, you
That was
reach that point where you lost everything. You're like, God damn it, I want a tomato. I'm gonna have a
Right.
tomato. So
exactly
yeah,
Exactly. It's like
yeah.
that's
Man.
exactly where I was. That's where I
I
was.
can, I can
Oh,
only imagine. It's like
my dietitian
all of
got
these
called all
other
kinds
things
of
are.
names.
Oh my gosh. I mean, seriously, I can only imagine though. I mean, I can imagine it's like all these other things. I've got all these other restrictions, and this tomato is what you're hung up on, and you're like, you probably
Yeah,
just, you at that point just had it, and you
and
lose
she
Yeah.
your
was,
frustration.
and she was writing down on her note, oh, I want to die. I'm like, lady,
Oh my gosh.
you're pushing it.
Oh my gosh.
You're being
Oh
ridiculous.
man. It's
Yeah.
so
But
man, I remember that so vividly. So vividly having those arguments with the dietitian. Oh man. In center. I'm in center yelling at while all these
Yeah.
nurses are around. Like it's crazy. You lose yourself sometimes.
but one of the other things I found out that I didn't know, but I found out through my daughter. She watches a show called Bright Side, and it was about like
Oh,
the
on Netflix.
10. Yeah, no, on YouTube.
Oh, all
Well, I
right,
don't know if
YouTube.
it's
Okay.
not, if it's on Netflix either. I don't
All
know.
right. I may
But
be off. Yeah.
she watches it on YouTube, and it was the 10 deadliest fruits, and it had star fruit on there,
Mm-hmm.
and I had just like 2 days before bought star fruit, but she left it in the back of the car so we couldn't eat it. So I was gonna eat this star fruit, and it turns out that when you're on dialysis or when you have a kidney problem, you can't eat that
Mm-mm.
because it releases a toxin, and your body can't filter that anymore because your kidneys don't work.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
It's like
poison. It's
oranges.
I
poison.
follow you.
Yeah, it's
Oranges,
poisonous to people
grapefruits.
with
Yeah.
big. I had no
You got to
idea.
stay away from
And
it.
of course,
Yeah.
my dietitian was like, "You can't eat that." I was like, "You never told me I couldn't eat that."
Yeah. I think it's like all
So,
exotic fruits like dragon fruit and all those types of things too. Like all of those are like you can't have them.
really,
The exotic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the exotic stuff and like some citrus stuff you can't have, like oranges, grapefruits, things
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
the good stuff. You can have
Yeah, the
anything
good
though.
stuff. Exactly. I love grapefruit. Can't have it no more. It sucks.
I know. Yeah. So, um, uh, we've got a lot of people that have given you some great support right here, and man, D'Angelo's been a great fit because he's been able to relate with your peritoneal and a lot of things that you're going through.
Hmm.
He's already gone through, and I think it's great. Man, seriously, thank you very much for coming on, D'Angelo, just for a lot of different things that you've given her as far as support tonight. I think it's awesome.
Uh,
So, Abigail, what I'd like to do is just, I'd like to ask and what would you like to do, and what are your dreams that you have after transplant?
Hmm. I just want to be here for my kids. I have an 8-year-old
Amen.
daughter, 18-year-old son, and I want to see them graduate. I want to see them get married. I want grandbabies.
Hmm.
I just,
Yeah.
nothing grandeur. I just want to be able to live my life and not worry about hoses and boxes and tubes and medicines. I mean, I know I'd have to take medicine, to keep my kidney going,
Right.
but I'd rather
Hmm.
do that than, what I have to do now. But I want to live. Plain and simple. I want to live.
So, D'Angelo, any questions that you may have as well? All right. It sounds like your mic may be a little off. I can't hear you right now.
oh,
Maybe
I hit the mute
there we go.
button.
All right.
Is that
No
was that better?
worries. Yeah, that's better. I can hear
Can you
you
hear me
now.
now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't have any questions or anything. She covered everything pretty spot on. So
Sweet.
keep
So,
fighting, and
Abigail,
we're gonna get you a kidney some kind of way.
yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
And so I just want everybody to be, everybody continue to be supportive, and please, let's get this story out there. So please don't be stingy. All right, click on that share button again. If you already shared earlier, if you would please share again and share it to a different format, whether it's as a text message or Facebook Messenger message, and let's try to get this out there to as many people as possible. And please drop another comment. Because the more we comment, the more the algorithm and YouTube and Facebook will allow us to be visible as well. So, Margaret she's saying, you have me in tears right now. I'm so thankful that I joined you guys because I need it. Well, we're thankful that you've joined in and that you've watched this broadcast tonight, because you're not alone. Abigail's not alone. Nobody is alone in this kidney disease. We're all in this together. We're a united kidney disease community, and we'll be here for you. If you have questions, we'll be here for you for encouragement. We'll be here if you just want a shoulder to cry on. But for the most part, we want to give you hope. So thank you for watching. And Abigail, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I have so much passion. I wish I could help every single kidney disease patient, and I'm hoping that that just sharing this broadcast, that we can broaden the reach and that we can reach more people, so that I can help as many people as possible. So again, thanks, D'Angelo.
Jared, you're helping a bunch of people, because remember, it spreads like a spider web effect, or a ripple in the lake. As soon as you drop that pebble, that's reaching out all across the whole lake eventually. So everybody's going to see it and have it and get the information. So I mean, you're helping everybody. You're helping everybody that needs it. So don't worry about that.
Amen to that. So what I'd like you to do is, I just want to have you have a moment, and now that it was kind of emotional for you to talk about your life that you envision after transplant, and very heartwarming, by the way. And if anybody isn't inspired by that, then they need to listen to it again, because to hear that you want your plea to have a living donor so that you can continue to have a life with your kids, grandkids, and so on and so forth, that's heartwarming. But so right now, who would you like to shout out? Who would you like to say thanks, and maybe say, give your I love yous or your shout outs. That's what I'd like to do right now. Who would you like to shout out?
Well, definitely a shout out to Dr. Shaw and the clinic. But most definitely my son, Elijah, my daughter, Miracle, awesome my family, names. The love of my life, Andre. Just, small circle.
Small circles are good. D'Angelo, that's what you said when I interviewed you.
Yeah, small circles. Yeah. They make the strongest boundaries, because when the circle gets bigger, the boundary is so much weaker. Yeah.
Yes. I remember when I interviewed you, that's what you said, small circle, and I'm like, hey, that's not a bad thing. I love that. Small circles are good.
I'm not about being super popular or nothing, because that's all fake stuff. I'd rather just have real people with me. Yeah.
Yep. Let's just keep it real. Yeah. Tell me how it is, and let's besides that, the most sincere people, the people that tell me how it is, those are the people I respect the most, honestly. You know what I mean? Because at least I know they're going to give it to me straight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Don't need a yes man in your life.
No. Yeah. So anyway, so seriously, thank you again, both of you, for coming on. Abigail, hopefully we've given you some hope. Hopefully we've given you some encouragement. Hopefully we make you feel like you're not alone as well, because we've got so many different people that maybe you hadn't been previously connected to that are watching tonight. And hopefully if you're not, hopefully Patricia, Margaretta, these other people that maybe aren't currently your Facebook friends, or aren't friends of you on Instagram or wherever, hopefully that you get connected. Yeah, connected. Let's get connected, right? Let's get connected, because we should be all connected. because we're stronger together. We're better as a united sort of entity. And thank you again for coming on. Let's please give out more hope, give out more inspiration so that we can constantly just be a more together and more united people. Thanks for coming on, you guys. Thank you.
Oh, no problem,
Thank you.
Judge. You know you got me anytime. So whenever you need me, I got you.
All right, appreciate it. So Abigail, God bless you, Andre, your loved one, your family. God bless your whole tribe and everybody that's connected to you. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, so I'm gonna say peace and out, and mad respect and love to both of you, and I'm gonna end the show. So I'm gonna put you guys backstage. Okay. God bless
All
you.
right.
Have a good evening.
Have a good night, people.
Y'all take care. Take care,
All
y'all.
right, peace. All right, so everyone, we've heard from Abigail, who was born in Oxford. All right, lived in Oxford in the UK. At 9 years old, all right, she came to the United States, and that alone, or you think about it, all right, with that adjustment of living in a different country and then coming here, having an accent, having been and then going on and having diabetes. All right, now she was forced 5 years ago, she started dialysis. She's been on peritoneal dialysis, and because of weight gain and some other things, all right, she's not yet on the transplant list, but she's hoping to make some adjustments and hopefully be in the favor where she is. But in the meantime, all right, the transplant hospital in many cases still can receive a living kidney donor. So please have, all right, some compassion, have some love towards Abigail, and please share this to as many people as possible. All right, so Margaretta's saying this is how I got on Rich Thames. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so there's that connection there. Okay, so I'm so very thankful for all you guys. Thank you for all of your support. Thanks for your comments tonight. Thanks for your shares. Thank you for all that you do to make this successful and that we can spotlight a living kidney, a kidney warrior, a kidney disease patient that comes on who's searching for a kidney donor candidate. So thank you again. All right, please continue to share this. Make sure that we continue to be inspired, because tonight we inspired somebody, Margaretta Thames, so much that she was brought to tears. So I'm humbled by that. I am. I'm humbled by that, and I'm hoping that we can continue to give inspiration, to give hope, and that we can help as many people as possible. Thanks for being part of the show tonight, for supporting the Urban Health Outreach Media. And if I haven't said it already, very briefly, all right, pick up a book from Lisa Baxter, Through the Eyes of a Dialysis Patient, or yes, Through the Eyes of a Dialysis Patient. And then she also has another book, all right, that she has on Amazon. Oh, that's Steve's book. There you go. Buy his book. And then there's the Melcy book that Lisa Baxter has on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. It's Melcy Takes Dialysis to Show and Tell. So please support her as well. All right, I'm going to say peace. I'm out. I'm going to do an outro here. So I appreciate everything and you do to help these kidney warriors get their story out. So peace. I'm out. Peace. All right, where's that?